head on in and then lay back. So we'll take your head in, lay back, and then your feet step into the front end, extend your legs out. Just a full Shavasana, lay back. And then just enjoy a couple of good deep breaths. Huge inhale. Nice long exhale. Feel the body relax, receptive. Like the sense of excitement first thing. And so from here, we'll take just a moment to connect with our intention for the class today. The intention has to do with the spring equinox being just a couple of days away, as well as the weather this week, which has been, rain, snow, getting all sorts of moisture coming on. So there's a little quote that we're using for our intention today, which is, the spring flowers don't happen without the spring rains. And so a lot of times we think of the rain as metaphorically the hard things that we have to pass through, but yet it's also that cleansing, and it's like the thing that creates life. It's what makes us who we are. So imagine the flowers are maybe our future, what we are becoming, it's our goals. And sometimes we have to pass through slightly more rough times in order to get to where we want to be. So think of physical goals. You have to, wear out your muscles and get sore sometimes to be able to get that stronger body that you're hoping for. So that's kind of our simple intention. The spring flowers, we only get them because we're passing through the spring rains. And so just having more patience toward anything that's difficult, recognizing that will help us to become better and stronger and more aligned with who we really want to be. So with that simple intention to lead us on, let's start off with our stretches. Our arms stretch all the way to the back wall, and then start to lean over to the right. Inhale, nice long body. Exhale, lean to the left. Take a couple of those, just a huge side lean. Check in with your shoulders, side ribs. Take one more to each direction. Good. Back to long body. Stretch the arms all the way to the back wall. Huge inhale. Exhale, we're rolling up. The hands lift, the shoulders lift, and we're stretching all the way up over the toes. Good. Inhale, roll all the way back down. And those roll-ups a couple of rounds. Exhale, rise with the spine, stretch over the legs. Inhale, roll back. Waking up the spine. Another 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Stretch all the way back. Even kind of dive the arms through the side so that helps to push the fabric to the armpits. From there, let the head rock past the back into the fabric. It's just a very gentle heart opener. Some people can clasp hands behind the back and then try to let the weight drop down with gravity. It's a very gentle shoulder stretch. Release, grab back onto the fabric, slowly rise the head up. The knees open out, the heels try to slide in as close as you can, get to the hips. And then with the arms, we're getting the elbows and even maybe the shoulders past the front of the fabric. Curl into this tiny little kind of turtle ball. Let the chin tuck into chest. Hands clasped together and just place that behind the back of the head to help curl the back of the neck into the stretch as well. Hands release. Gently put the shoulders back in. Feet can go out the front, so we're back to the knees. Good. So hands behind the fabric, slide the thumbs into that back end. This helps to push the fabric to be about where the pant line is. So from there, lean halfway back and then grab hands back on. Tabletop position. Wide legs as you tilt backwards. And then feet wrap around each end of the fabric. So wide legs. Okay, so start off with your thumbs. Pushing the fabric down, good. Lean halfway back, grab back on. Wide legs. And then wrap around, you got it. Yep. Once you're backwards, you're upside down, feel free to release hands. It's safe. That moment of trust. So with the first inversion, I oftentimes do a little disclaimer that don't feel like you have to stay upside down as long as anybody else. We all have different tolerances for being upside down, and especially if you're newer to aerial, sometimes that tolerance is like 30 seconds, and so don't feel any pressure. When you need to come up, you're welcome to come up. But as long as it is still enjoyable, I'll give you some time here. A lot of people come to aerial for this chance to be upside down. When you're up, easy peasy, just a floating child. You're up, let your neck roll out, easing some of the tightness out of the shoulders and neck. You just want to hang for a little while, that's perfectly fine. We've got the majority up, so I'm gonna guide for a twist, but you don't have to do that if you know to just be upside down right now. So for the twist, bunch up the fabric toward the front door. And then you're extending right arm to the back wall or right hand in the fabric behind the back of the head. Use that to help your spine twist. Even the neck is rotating, even the eyeballs. Imagine these moments where we just hold in a pose. It's like those spring rains are just slowly seeping into the ground rather than the monsoons kind of torrential rushing through, creating floods and stuff. Just let that slow seeping come. Imagining that that's what's really going to help the seeds germinate. So one more breath here, good inhale. Exhale. Good, release. Switch sides, bunch up to back door. Left arm stretches back or circles around. Same thing, several breaths just to pause. See. Let the spring rains soak into the seed. Inhale. Exhale, return forward, arms to the inside of the fabric. We're going for another hamstring stretch. So with this one, we're clasping hands around right foot or grabbing the right ankle. We lean back just enough to counterbalance the weight of the leg, which is looking up as much as we can. So if it's not going very straight at all, that's when you walk down to the ankle instead. Good. Let that hamstring lengthen, try to pull it in. Good. Drop this one down. Second side, like we're giving it time for that spring rain to just lightly soak in. Find a little bit deeper sensation, whether that's extending the leg just a little straighter or trying to pull it up just a little closer. One more huge breath in and out. Good, release. Okay, so we're doing the Vitruvian fan prep. So this, I'll guide you through it step by step as we get there. Sometimes if this is your first time doing it, sometimes this one is just a struggle and maybe you won't be able to get all the way up. So that's okay. If you get that struggle and you can't get up, what you'll do are a couple of crunches while you're upside down so that you are building that core strength so to eventually get there. So we start off the same as the last one where we slide the thumbs in, push the fabric down to that pant line, and then lean halfway back, grab on tabletop. Wide legs, tilt upside down, wrap the feet. This time, rather than letting go of hands, you have to swing up and grab the fabric above where the feet are. Okay, start to squeeze the knees to the middle, the feet come up forward. Good. And then you continue to walk the hands up, trying to come all the way up with your weight. Good. So yep, so if you're struggling at all, that's okay. Do some crunches. Yep, you can release your hands even. If you're here, I know it's that deep massage in the thighs. We're gonna pinwheel it so you're facing toward the front door. Good. This fabric that's now in front of you, 3 times push out as far as you can, and then slowly let the resistance band back. Good. 2 more. Push and push and in. Good. Switch the pinwheel. It'll shift where the pressure is for your thighs. Okay, fabric in front of you. And 3, push, relax. Squeeze your knees together. Good. Now walk your hands higher. 2, you're there. Thank you. You're welcome. And 1. Good. Coming back through the center, do a thumbs down grip over each shoulder. It's a slight back bend shape. This is one you only have to enjoy as long as your thighs are still okay. When you get to that point that they're screaming at you, send your hips back and you'll slowly head backwards. Good. We'll all take a few more crunches here. So fingertips by the ears, crunch up and relax down. So try to do a slow return down. That's where we're really building the strength here. So up and then slow down. Maybe another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Grab onto your thighs, unwind, and take a couple of breaths. Just floating child. Good work. Give the head a little break. Good, just like that. And we're up. So that was one where we got to experience that deep tissue massage in the thighs. Some of the poses are like that. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable until your body's used to it. So that's one of those ways in which it's like the rain. The rain is like that metaphoric resistance. It's the hard things that we go through sometimes. But yet, even now, you can feel in the release, it's like there's new sensations. It's like there's new massage, new vitality. And so just relax. We'll give the head a couple more breaths before we come out to standing. Two more deep breaths all the way in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. One more. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Good. Sitting up, grab the fabric. Briefly let the legs swing up and then tilt forward, exit. Okay, working on a little bit of arm strength here. Keep the fabric over the shoulders like it was when we came out. And we're giving the fabric a big hug and then wrapping around. I do a second wrap before it's in my hands. This is going to be some arm strengthening. So note that if you grip really high, you're going to have to move your body up that whole distance. If you want to grip a little lower, just slide some of the fabric down. You're already almost in a flexed position there. So you choose how much work you're going to have to do based on how high you grip. And we're going to try to go for some flexed arm hangs. So keep breathing the whole time that we're in it. Take an inhale, prep. Exhale to rise. Good. Hops are absolutely perfect when you're building up to this. You don't have to go down, but when your body tells you you need a break, come out, wiggle your fingers for a second. We'll take a couple more like that. Good. Inhale, prep. Grab on. Exhale, come up. Good. Usually by the second and third one, it's like not nearly as long, and that's okay. Wiggle it out for a moment. We'll try to go for one more. Even hops. Hops are great. Just remember, this is how we build up to things. So lots of patience, lots of love for your body. Okay, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Keep breathing while you're in it. Try to go one more breath longer than you want to. Amazing. Unwind the hand, shake it out. Let's take the fabric all the way out in front of us. Good work. This will be a super light grip, but just a little wider than shoulders. And then just start to lean forward. Light grip, meaning our fingers get a break after what we just did. Think of the low back trying to flatten more. Your tailbones sticking out, pointing to the back wall even more. Do an exaggerated curl of the spine up, the cat. And flatten back out. Continue to arch belly down, gaze up. Cow. Good. Flatten back out. Swing the upper body over towards front door. Bend the right elbow to put down the ground. Your feet and knees can do whatever they need to do to be comfortable. Beautiful. Straighten back out, and then straight to back door, and then left elbow comes down. And straighten back out. Try to flatten the spine even more. Soft bend to the knees, roll the spine all the way up to stand. Let's step the right foot inside. The right knee goes past where the line of the fabric is, so forward. And then your left hand grabs that right heel. Start to slide the foot up. It doesn't have to be parallel if that's bugging the knee. Just go to whatever angle the knee and hip are okay with. Good. Just a very, very light grip close to the shoulders, and then a matter of inches leaning forward gets you right into a hip stretch. Weight comes back. The foot's going to slide back to the center. Bump the hands up high, straighten the leg forward. And then we're going to start sending some weight slowly forward, straight into that hamstring stretch, like a splits. Especially in deep stretches like this, I really imagine the slow rains just having time to trickle into the muscles. Imagine one day there'll be beautiful flowers, you know, coming out of the hamstrings, those really tedious, really tight spots. But it takes that effort of, you know, plowing and seeding. That time before the seed wakes up, that all it is just hope. Beautiful. Weight back over the center. Left hand grips on right side, or if your balance is okay, pushes along the outside of the right. So it should be facing you to front door. Good. Right arm stretches all the way to the back wall for a spinal twist. If balance is iffy at all, grab on instead. Beautiful. Facing back forward, hand up high. The leg can stay straight for this one if you want to make it harder, or bent knee makes it easier because the leg does more of the work, but we're going to come up and down 5 times. So bent knee, straight leg, you choose. Inhale, we're coming up. Sorry, inhale is down, exhale up. That'll work a little better. And 3 more. 3. Good. 2. This last one, we stay standing. Wrap the left leg around that left side. Good, from behind. And then left wrist, and then elbow, and then shoulder comes forward. It feels funky until your shoulder's all the way forward, and then you feel super safe. So left arm only comes forward. Maybe the foot bumps a little higher. Left arm only, yep. Bring the shoulder all the way forward, and then it'll feel more comfortable. Got it. Good. This is that deep tissue massage for the foot now. So just a couple more breaths. If you need to come out early, that's okay. We'll go 2 more breaths if you're doing okay. Beautiful. So right hand grabs onto right side for safety. Left hand grabs on as soon as it can as the shoulder comes back behind. This left leg unwinds. It goes through the center. We're going to step that left foot to the floor. The right foot, we're tucking it as we drop down. That's okay. That's okay. You can come in front and then just get your, you can kind of face it forward, get your foot in, and then turn back this way. Yep, you got it. Awesome, good work. So free out your armpits if you still have your armpits in. We're trying to find balance, but if you need to grip low. So we're lunging back. Both knees are bent like a pinwheel. Come back up. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Take another 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Drop the hands to the floor, 2 straight legs. We'll start to walk the hands backwards. If you can get your hands behind that front heel, it's like a tripod that feels much more steady. If ever you're touching the back wall, you can hop the front foot forward so that you have more space to meet your foot. Okay. Planting the hands back in front of the foot. Either go straight to the stretch, which is pigeon pose, the left knee drops down, or if you want a core variation first, lower to elbows, step the left foot in. You'll take a couple of reps, bend the knees in and straighten back out. You choose how many reps until you're ready for that left leg pigeon pose. Good work. Breathing the whole time. If you're still in it, catch. Yeah. Let's take one more huge inhale. Exhale. The leg that's in the fabric starts to drop down. We'll set up our hands for a downward facing. So plant the hands, tuck the toes, the hips, so the legs stretch together. Sometimes I'll kind of wiggle my legs, hips, knees out in the down dog. Good. Eventually we're rocking feet forward or hands backwards to a forward fold. With a huge inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. If the fabric's not in front of you, go ahead and switch it back in front. When you're ready, left foot directly at the middle. The knee is past the line of the fabric. Right hand grabs the foot to let it rise up to that comfortable level for the knee. Good. Okay, just the lightest of grips and then lean forward. 2 inches or so is all it really takes. If it feels like your balance is already kind of like struggling against it, probably you're a little too far back. So hop up. We're very close to where the plumb line is. Okay, up to stand, slide the foot back to the center, hands bump up, straighten the leg, and start to sink your weight forward, splits. Weight back through the center. Either leave the leg straight for the harder difficulty or bend it easier. We're going to rise up and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, we're going for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, stay. Right leg winds around the right side from behind. Right elbow and then shoulder forward. The foot maybe bumps a little higher. Maybe hands feel safe, releasing to heart. Good. Sometimes taking your mind off of the intensity helps. So rather than thinking of the foot, saying, oh no, you know, and just relax, maybe focus on the breath instead. All it is an inflow and an outflow. Think of, you know, the skies. Maybe the exhale is like the rain, the snow. Maybe the inhale is that perfect calm day. One more breath in, out. Left hand grips on for safety. Right hand grabs as soon as it can. Right leg goes through the center. We're gonna stand on that foot. The other foot is flipping. Good work. That's okay. Just end up with your left foot caught. Yeah, that's all good. Free out your armpits if they're still there. You're trying to maybe balance without, or if you need to grip low by the low back. Okay. Lunge back. And rise back. Beautiful. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop hands to floor. Straighten the legs. Try to walk hands backwards if possible. Working toward that split. This one's nice because gravity, sinking into gravity is what really creates a good stretch here. In and out. Walk the hands forward. Softly lower right knee. If you're taking the core option, you're welcome to go to hands to elbows or stay up on hands. Same thing is fine. Get the feet in and in. Straighten back to flow with the breath. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, flatten. Whenever you're satisfied, it's right leg down pigeon. Just relax your weight down when you're there. More inhale. Exhale, softly drop them down. Prepare for the down dog, setting up the hands, stepping the toes, lifting the hips. Hands to feet or feet to hands. Inhale, rise. Beautiful. Hands down to heart. Good. Fabric back around front. Left foot in. Straighten the leg out. I remembered a little twist we still need to do on this side. So right hand grabs left, or right hand pushes on the outside of left. Left arm to the side. Beautiful. Turn forward, one on each side, bend this knee. The knee is behind the fabric. Okay, so we're gonna come up to an an inversion option. You don't have to get all the way in it if anything doesn't feel right. This one is super safe. Sometimes people feel stuck, and I'll be on the outside helping you get up if you feel stuck. So there's safety measures, basically, is where I'm telling you. So with this, the left knee open, what we're going to try to do first of all, grip the hands up high. We're stepping the right foot to touch the bottom of the left foot. Both knees are open wide. The feet are just open like a cobbler. Good. So then both shoulders need to come forward, and then reset your grip. So this is your first stop spot. If you don't want to invert in this one, this is where you can stay. If you're inverting, I recommend walking your hands up close to the armpits, nice and high so your fingers don't get stuck. I like to start leaning forward, but get the fabric past my hip bone. So I'm kind of scooting it left, scooting it right, and then slowly lower all the way down. This one is that deep tissue massage in the thighs, but my recommendation, if you can try to relax into it, usually it gets a little better. If you need to come out, that's okay. If you want to do the inversion we did at the beginning, that's if you want an inversion right now. So just kind of catch my attention. I'm on the outside. If you need help getting out when you're ready, just catch my attention. Otherwise, try to relax as long as it still feels okay. It's almost like the more you can get the muscles to relax, the better it feels. Breathe into it. Maybe this is like the action of plowing is helping that deep tissue stuff work all its tension out. I'm getting that bonus little hip stretch without any effort. Do you even want to sit on the ground and do a cobbler? Got it? Rather than squeezing elbows together, try to go elbows wider. Elbows wide. Right. Yep, that's perfect. You got it. Give your head a break for a second. When you're ready to come out, just slowly get your arms behind, straighten the legs, up one foot. Good work. You'll just readjust fabric behind you, lean back. Elbows wider. Yep. Wide. Pause for a second. Give your head a break. Good. Eventually straighten your legs up one foot down. And you'll just lean back. Work. Those that are still upside down, maybe give it your last couple of breaths. Those that are up, if you'd like to lean to one side, and bending the right knee, sliding the right elbow to that knee, that's fine. Good, good, you got it. Yep. Pause for a second for your head. Yeah. And then when you feel safe, you'll straighten the legs out, step one foot down. Good. And then get fabric behind. Beautiful.
What a great model, right?
She's a good one to copy. Yep. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. If your head still needs some time, literally just stay here as long as you need. If you're starting to feel like you could stand up safely, walk your feet back to stand on your own. Fabric flips around in front of you. Good. So we're sliding the right foot. Let's go to right ankle back into the fabric. Good. So let's take another split. Hands grip up high. Start to sink your weight forward. Maybe there's a little bit more spaciousness now. Either way, give it some easy breaths. Weight comes back through the center. Both hands grip on the left side. As you start to turn your toes to the left, so to the back door, you'll be facing your hips to the side. You'll keep just your right hand on the fabric. Your left hand is on the left thigh. As you start to slide the hand down the thigh, you're taking a half lean forward. You're absolutely welcome to leave the hand on thigh, shin. Sometimes people bump the hand to the floor. If you're at floor, maybe you sink some weight forward like a side split. Weight comes back over standing leg. Sometimes I'll bend the standing knee for a second like a spring, and then I'll pop my body back up. Good. One hand on each side, face back forward. So legs out in front of us. This time just slide hands down. Heart gets close to thigh. Rising up, slide the fabric to the thigh. Hands rise back up. Sink your weight forward. Nice tight grip on each side. And then we softly lower left knee to floor. Good. The left hand bumps over to right side. Right hand to the back heel or just the low back. If you need to tuck the toes for an extra inch, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Beautiful. The other half, right hand drops the left up high. Left hand drops down. Good. One hand back up on each side. This one, not everybody's going to be able to do. So if it doesn't work for you, you'll plant your hands to the side and you'll slide the fabric to the ankle. But if you can do it, we're trying to bump the fabric down to the ankle forward first. Really deep hamstring stretch. So just kind of lean forward into it if you did it. Awesome. We all did it. Good job. That doesn't always happen. Hyperextension, see if the leg has any more ability to extend forward. Nope, that's okay. And now plant the hands to the left. Your knee, rather than being in the center of the mat, slide it backwards. So that way your foot that's in the fabric points more to the mirror. Good. Lower to elbows. Back up to hands. We're going to have a tricky way to come up. So first we need to lay down, keep the ankle in. Second ankle comes in as well. Lifting the hips up, slide the fabric to the knees. And just relax for 2 or 3 breaths. Feel the weight of your spine. Kind of have that traction. Just a breath or 2. So I know it gets tight on the back of the knees. Good. And then attempting to come up, we come this way. Do a little crunch, grab the fabric, walk the hands up, and then once you're kind of partway up, extend the legs to slide through the center. Good. Okay. Awesome. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. Just come up to stand. Whew, one more side. So left ankle in. Pull grip up high. Splits forward. Beautiful. Weight back. Both hands on the right. Turn the standing toes to the right. Right hand on right thigh. Start to lean halfway forward, or maybe bump the fingers all the way to floor. Maybe sink weight forward if you do touch the floor. Straight over standing leg, standing leg bends like a spring, pop back up. Face forward, one hand on each side. Slide hands down, heart close to thigh. So up, fabric to the knee, slide the hands up, sink the weight forward. Nice tight grip, right leg softly drops knee to floor. Good. Right hand over to high on the left. Left hand to back heel or low back. Switch it out. Left hand high, right hand to the heel. Raising up. A really tight one. Try to see if fabric will get all the way down to the ankle and then lean forward. Such a high lift for the leg, so that's what makes it so deep, beautiful, intense. Imagine the spring rains just soaking into the fertile soil here. The slightest extension, deeper. Deep breath in, out. Put the hands to the right. Scoop the knee back so the leg is pointing more to the mirror. And then gently lower to elbows. Okay. Roll to our back. Getting the right foot in as well. If anybody just wants to be here for Shavasana on the ground instead of back in the fabric, that's okay. If anybody wants to come back up, start to work the fabric to the knees. Maybe give it 2 or 3 breaths here again. Just get that nice traction for the spine. Eventually coming up when you're ready, walk your arms up and then straighten the legs out to send the hips through. Good. If there's any last poses or stretches you need prior to Shavasana, absolutely take them. Otherwise, when you're ready, find the front, leave it out. Take about half the fabric in your hands. And you're welcome to head in to the final Shavasana.
What were you jumping?
Yeah, so you need to get your shoulders inside. Long, deep breaths. We've got several minutes just to relax and breathe. Begin to deepen inhales, exhales. Introduce movement back to fingers and toes and wrists. Movements that feel good, maybe movements like we started with in the beginning of class, like stretching the shoulders back and forth. Or sometimes people will do a fetal position here, so keep the body long, but roll one hip to stack on top of the other hip. From there, you can curl in like a tight ball. You can arch the spine back, waking up the spine nicely. If you're doing that, I usually do maybe 3 to one side, and I'll flip around, balancing out the spine second. Feel balanced, we'll rise back up to a comfortable seated position. Hands to the heart, reconnecting back to our intention. That idea that the spring rains bring the spring flowers. So where sometimes we metaphorically are thinking that the rain is that energy of the hard things that we go through, maybe rephrase that to remind ourselves that it's cleansing, it's revitalizing, the very thing that allows the flowers to grow. And so with that fresh perspective, we're able to pass through those circumstances a little bit more easily, maybe even with more gratitude and the bigger picture. So with all this to lead us forward, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.